All right, guys. So today we're going to be talking bump helmets. I'm in the process of getting one myself, so I thought it'd be cool to kind of put a video out there, go over my buddy's setup, and kind of just give you guys some options and some ideas. So if you don't mind, John, kind of introducing yourself and letting them know why you set this up the way you did.
Absolutely, Tyler. Thank you so much. My name is John. I recently separated from the Navy in 2019. I used to do a lot of security and force protection work overseas, and I got to play around with a lot of PBS 14s. Anyway, let's jump into the helmet. The helmet itself is a Hard Hat Veterans ATE Bump 3 Gen 3. It's going to run you about $300 to $400 depending on where you're finding it. It's extremely well built. The cushion lining inside is excellent. Let's get into the mount that I'm running. A Gen 2 Wilcox mount, which works really well for the PBS 14. I have a PBS 14 Gen 3 white phosphorus. It has a lot of variability and range on how you can position your nod when in use to help get that better sight picture and focal range. Let's talk about the ear pro mounts. So I used to have a cheap Chicom rig from Amazon Special. They were really terrible for me and was running into all kinds of problems with that, especially with trying to find M-LOK rail mounted accessories in general. I found it hard to find that. The one solution I found with my situation was Hard Hat Veterans has a low profile rail mounting kit for the M-LOK rail mounting system. So I just went ahead and spent the money and got the rail mounting system that was used or intended for the helmet. All right, we got the battery pack here on back. I'm running the Krydex battery pack. The reason you would want to run a battery pack here is for the counterbalance function that it provides on the mount. So if you have a PBS 14 or you're running dual, you have a little bit more advantage with having the weight balance on top of your head. The other function I'm using it mainly for right now is all the batteries I'm going to need. Of course, we're having a variety of different batteries. So you go from AAA to CR123s back to AA's. So yeah, this is a great addition to the helmet to solve that counterbalancing problem so you're not always trying to fight your mount. So again, the battery pack I'm using is the Krydex battery pack extender life. You can find it on Amazon or any other retailer that carries products like this. I got my IR flag on the back. It's going to help you in the environment, is so be it if IR and illumination or night vision are used, which is going to lead it into my next accessory, which is the IR strobe here. It runs an IR strobe and it runs a solid state, and it even has LED colors that you can attach in the instance of running with different variations of team members. So if you're running Blue Force, OPFOR, you can indicate those or identify those folks through the light indicator on your helmet. The next thing I'm going to talk about now is something that you'll see in a lot of night vision courses or people show up when they have night vision is a retention band. This one is a NERD. It's a night vision elastic retention device, but basically the intent there is to keep your night vision attached to your shroud. You have your Wilcox mount, your PBS 14. What you want to do, essentially wrapping it around your mount and retaining that device to your helmet. It's as simple as that. If you're going to spend $3,000 on a device, might as well protect it. I'm running the Princeton Tech light for my admin light. In order to do this, I had to get the Thyrum mounting adapter. It has the Picatinny. As mentioned earlier, it's hard to find accessories for some of the M-LOK rail mounting systems. In this case, this is where I ran into that, and I solved it with the Thyrum rail mounting adapter kit for M-LOK, which has the Picatinny rail, so I was able to slide my Princeton Tech light on there. Again, that's why I was running the light. You're going to need something similar to that if you're running an M-LOK rail mounting system on your helmet. Which brings me to my last item on the helmet is the Walker Razor. They work really well with the Hard Hat Veterans low profile mounting system I have here. Which brings me to my final device, which is the PBS 14 I use. It's the Gen 3, as mentioned, white phosphorus. I have a very cheap and affordable water protective case I keep it in, so when I'm not running it, I can easily just grab this case. They're stored together, but I want to make sure that I'm keeping the elements away from my PBS 14. We're going to do a future video of this later down the road. Right now, this is what I'm using to run on my kit. As mentioned, I keep it in a very cheap and affordable Harbor Freight case. So basically, you're going to want to mount it to your helmet. It would be great to have duals right now at this point in time, but right now, this is what I'm running, and at the same time, it's better than nothing. So at the end of the day, I have night vision capability that I can use with my carbine setup that we saw before.
All right, John. Well, thank you for going over your helmet today and kind of giving us some options and ideas out there. Do you mind letting them know where we can find you, maybe on your social media or?
Absolutely. You can find me at Red Rooster Gorilla on Instagram. I'm happy to answer messages and maybe answer some of the comments here below as well.
So again, just talking bump helmets, wanted to give you guys options because I am looking to get one myself. If you guys have any questions or comments or suggestions, make sure to shoot me a comment down below. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and thank you for watching.